Hey guys, Jade here from Foamdemic. Today we are going to be talking about the talonclaw version 3, which is just kind of the basic talonclaw that came out a couple years ago, and this is my #1 recommendation for people who have never even picked up a 3D printed blaster before and have no idea how to maintain it or do anything like that, or if you're new to the hobby and you may have modded a couple shelled blasters and want to upgrade to something a little bit more competitive, this is the one. Before we start, I want to say that I have these available on my shop for like 105 bucks. This is pretty cheap for a 3D printed blaster, and we're going to talk about why. And I guess we could just start there. So I have these listed so cheaply because I think that this is the best blaster to give to somebody who is brand new into the hobby. It's extremely forgiving. This blaster is super simple and easy to operate. It's very robust. You're gonna have a hard time breaking one of these, and it will teach you everything you need to know about 3D printed blasters, maintaining them, and getting the best performance out of 3D printed blasters. Now these are different than shell blasters considerably. They have a lot of differences, a lot of weaknesses, a lot of strengths compared to shell blasters, and I'm going to go over some of that, or at least try my best to give you guys as much information about this specific platform and kind of like the art, I guess, slash introduction to 3D printed blasters. So I'm going to do basic blaster overview, and then I'm going to talk about why this blaster is really good for you if you are starting out in the hobby and you want something a little bit nicer. So up front, Foamdemic Scar. I pretty much include these with almost all blasters that they fit on that come from my shop. It's just a good little upgrade to increase your accuracy. It's pretty cool. Moving back, this sight does actually not come with your order, but I like it. I just designed it. It's like brand new. This grip does come with your order. It's one of my favorite grips. I just like, did a super simple vertical foregrip. It works really well. Now this blaster has a 788 spring in it along with a padded plunger head, so you can dry fire it and it's going to be okay, nothing bad's going to happen, and that's another reason why it's really good to hand to a newbie. Moving back, and this is probably my favorite part, is the takedown receiver. Now, this receiver has 3 bolts in it, and then the entire blaster will separate in half, like kind of along this line right here where the two colors meet. That's really good because you can get in there and you can service literally the entire blaster. If you're missing an O-ring, or if an O-ring falls off or something like that, you can just take it apart. You can take these 3 screws out. You don't have to disassemble the entire thing. You don't have to like get in there. It's not like a whole night of work. It's probably 15 minutes at max if you're, just getting started. But, the only problem I've had with this was O-rings going, and that's just something that happens. I've used this blaster a ton in multiple different wars, and it's one of my favorites. I always throw it in my box when I'm going to the field. If you have any problems with it, you could just access everything you need. If you're having priming issues and you need to relubricate, or if you're getting bad seals, you can just take it in half and take all your O-rings out, put new lube in there, or replace O-rings, or maybe do an upgrade or what have you. So that is why I recommend this to be your very first 3D printed blaster. There's also literally tons of support for it. This is the talonclaw Gen 1/3, basically. It's like the first talonclaw that was really largely publicly adapted and available. So that means that there are, I think, as of right now, about 4,000 results when you search in talonclaw on Thingiverse, and those are all modifications and customizations and stocks, barrel shrouds, barrel tips, risers, sights, different magwells, different grips, different everything. You can literally make this your own with tons and tons of different ready-made files from the community, which is so cool that you have so much customization available just at your fingertips that can just mount right onto this base blaster super easily without even really having to change the hardware or do anything weird like that. So that's why I recommend this as just like a first blaster, because you can get it, you can get familiar with it, and then you can make it your own if you want to pursue doing 3D printed blasters in the hobby. So these are available for 100-ish. I think it's like 105. You can probably find a coupon for Etsy on Foamdemic and stuff like that. So check it out. It's a great base blaster. These ones are shooting with the 788 like 160, which is just a really good beginner FPS. I feel fully comfortable handing this to like a 10-plus-year-old and being like, hey, this is how it works. Welcome to 3D printed blasters. Have fun with it. Give it back to me at the end of the day. I do that all the time. I'm going to make a couple more more of these and hand these out to some of my friends that bring their kids and stuff to some of the wars that I host. They're just really, really, really good beginner blasters, and they're really bulletproof and robust, and you can dry fire them for days. They're not going to break, they're not going to explode, and if they do, you can just reprint parts because they're super, super, super easy to maintain and maintenance. So pick up one of these if you have, a kid that you want to get into the hobby, or if you yourself are new to 3D printed blasters and want a basic overview of everything you need to know. This is going to help you tons and tons and tons, instead of just buying like a Chimera or something like that that needs a little bit more maintenance and a little bit more know-with-all. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm not going to link to my Etsy in the description, but my Etsy is Foamdemic, where you can pick up one of these for about like $105 with shipping, and that's pretty cool. I think that's a great price. When I was getting into the hobby, everything was way more expensive, so go check it out. Thank you guys for watching. I super appreciate the views. I'm having a lot of fun doing YouTube. I didn't think I'd like it this much. I'm having a blast, and I'm gonna keep doing it. So thanks for watching. I'm just gonna keep saying that, I guess, and like and subscribe, guys.